Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video Truder, welcome back to Imperator Rome. Well, last time, we had a pretty major change to our empire. We started off as Ellis, and then we became Achaia. But now, we have entered our final form. We are the Panhellenic League. At this point, we represent all of the great Greek cities, all in one place. And we've got a lovely new purple flag too. Admittedly, I will miss the hot red. The hot red was nice, but the sort of senatorial royal purple, that's pretty damn nice too. Oh yeah, that's a lovely rich purple on the flags of my troops now. I do love that. Now, there's one very important bit of business we need to start off with today. Something that's really annoying some of you down in the comments. So, Troizen, it's just sitting here, being independent. Couple of citizens, they're not very happy with their lives, to be honest, because they're not part of our empire, and who wouldn't want to be part of our empire? It's spectacular. So, why haven't I colonized them? It's because I can't. You see, although I'm now the Panhellenic League, my dominant culture and the culture of the empire is indeed still Achaean. So as a result of that, I can only colonize these guys with a city that does indeed have Achaean as its dominant culture. And literally no cities that are in range of colonization can actually do that. Now luckily I can fix that. It is a little bit on the expensive side, but I can do it. So all I need to do is find a city of, I believe it's a minimum of 10 population, because yeah, tiny cities like Epidaurus right here, yeah, that's only got 8. I believe that wouldn't be allowed to colonize Troizen anyway, they're just not populous enough. Ah, but here we go. Aegina over here, 16 pops. That'll do the job, especially as, yeah, these guys are Macedonian right now. And that's not a particularly good cultural group for me. They're probably a bit annoyed at me because I keep going and murdering Macedon. So over to the macro builder, here we go, assimilate pops. Luckily, this costs oratory, which I'm absolutely swimming in right now. So let's just convert all of them, and all of their slaves too. There we go. So that cost a little bit, but it's fine. We've got plenty of that right now. And now this place is, there we go. Achaean is now the dominant culture. So now I can indeed colonize this place, but I'm going to need to save up a tiny bit of civic power first. You know what, actually? No, I don't. I've got enough money. Screw it. I'm just going to buy civic power. There we go. Lovely. And with that, Troizen shall become mine. There we go. Are you all happy now? There's no longer a bit of white over there. It's all lovely and purple. Also, everyone's cheered up immediately because so many goods have just entered their territory. They are so happy to be here. And while I'm spending money, yeah, I'm just using the population map mode here to identify populous areas inside my empire, which are therefore presumably the most economically productive. Because, yeah, any territory that's making a ton of commerce income, that's probably going to make it worthwhile for me to actually throw down a handful of markets. Admittedly, not that populous. Ellis is really where the population is, which is why it's the only place I'm really spamming marketplaces. Because once I actually get all of those stacked together, that's probably worth it. Sparta's probably worth it too. Rest of the empire, probably not so much. Though then again, this territory up here in Epirus, that's actually surprisingly populous. I've brought a lot of pops into the empire by taking that bit of land. But, on the other hand, yeah, it's barely making any money whatsoever right now. That's partly because there's a lot of freemen and not many citizens, but give it time, we'll keep an eye on it. So, what are we going to do today? Because this over here, this all looks pretty darn tempting, all things considered. Egypt is having a major revolt. In fact, it might lose to its revolt. Phrygia will probably lose to its revolt ultimately, but it's going to take them a while. Seleucids are also suffering a major revolt. Yeah, this part of the world is a bit of a mess right now. So you might think that'd be easy pickings, except for one small problem, which is, yeah, republics really don't like going to war with territories that are actually in the middle of a civil war right now. Because, you know, territory you're taking over could very easily change hands. So it's a bit of a volatile situation to send your own troops into. So as a result of that, they're basically going to refuse to allow me to do that. Were I a monarchy, I could just do it anyway. Though, yeah, probably the Senate's got the right idea here. Maybe don't actually bother invading. Also, I never remember to open this screen where you can actually see exactly why people are voting as they're voting, which is a very cool screen. I do like that. And that means for the time being, I need myself a new target. Now, many people have suggested Cyrene. I'm not so keen on Cyrene for a very particular reason, and that is barbarians. You see, the territory of Cyrene sits right next to this barbarian spawn point, so there's going to be constantly armies showing up, causing trouble for this territory. And it's not actually that big. It looks fairly big on the map, but most of this is just desert. The number of cities here is actually pretty darn small. So the amount of troops I'd need to leave here to deal with the barbarians is probably going to cost more than the territory is actually going to make for me. And to be honest, I don't really want to have a land border with Egypt. I have enough problems with Egypt on and off every time I attack Macedon, so land border with them strikes me as a very dubious idea. Instead, I've got eyes on Siculia, and indeed potentially on the whole of Sicily, because I think actually Carthage may have attacked Siculia, but Siculia have turned it around and now have this place under wraps. I'm not sure whether they'll be able to take it in the war or not. That might just end on a white peace at some point with some war reparations. No idea. Plus, I am still technically in a truce with Siculia right now, because I was at war with them at the same time as Apulia took all of this territory. You're welcome for that, by the way, Apulia. You see, I've got 97 cities right now. 3 more will get me up to a major power, and then everything changes. So, I did notice Kaffia up here. Now, these guys have got a fair amount of troops and also some decently strong allies too, but those guys are actually busy taking care of something else right now. What about you? Yeah, you're busy doing something else too, and neither of you are really that strong. I could probably just walk into Kaffia and take a bit of territory off them. Then we just fortify this territory right here, and then we've got zone of control to here, to here, to here. Basically, we block up Kaffia, and we still have a good border versus Macedon up here too. Not a major problem at all. So I feel like, yeah, that is probably a good starting point. Because then we are a major power, and then everything changes diplomatically. One level 1 fortification right there. That's Macedonian, not Kaffian. Rest of it, nothing at all. So all we need is, yeah, a few thousand troops to siege that place down. No big deal whatsoever. In which case, deploy the Macedonian border guards. The Kaffian border guards can get involved too. But for the most part, yeah, we can probably rely on these mercenaries right here. Though then again, there's 35,000 right there. They're pretty good. How much do you guys have? You guys might have up to 34,000. Yeah, we'll probably have these guys show up in that case. Right, get a claim down nice and quickly. And yeah, they're all inside the same province, so we'll just claim their entire empire. I don't want all of it. I just want a bit of it. And one more important thing too. When I become a major power, I can't be allies with Apulia anymore, so I may as well transition them over to tribal vassal status right now, because I believe I'm allowed to keep them as a tribal vassal even after I become a major power. So we'll do that. There we go. So they're no longer allies right there, and okay, why have I just triggered a rebellion? Hang on, what's going on here? A rebellion will break out in 44 months due to 40.7% of the population being from a foreign culture group and living in disloyal provinces or subjects. Why did that just change? I've no idea why that just changed. Hang on here. Because according to this here map, you're all 100% loyal, so what on earth is going on here? You're not loyal, but it's ticking up. Game, are you sure about this? The population is 97.5% Hellenistic, and also 94% Hellenic religiously. So, why are you guys... Hang on, what on earth is going on here? Okay, I had to go and look this up, because this is very, very unclear indeed. So the 40.7% of disloyal people are the people from Apulia itself. Because right now, even though Apulia loves me and we love Apulia, that's just the diplomatic relationship between governors. We also need to keep an eye on loyalty of the people, I suppose. And unfortunately, despite the high opinion, yeah, these guys are actually fairly powerful. They've got a big old number of troops. So as a result of that, they feel like they shouldn't really be a tribal vassal to us anymore. And on top of that, aggressive expansion doesn't help. But the real problem is power relative to Overlord. They just feel like, yeah, they're too strong for this relationship. So, does that mean these guys will actually go to war with me, or will anyone in my empire join in? I don't know. You know what? We'll just keep an eye on that one, but we might be able to actually help slow it down a bit, because I have been meaning to make some new troops anyway. In particular, a very specific force. You see, right now, most of my forces are basically fighting forces. Heavy infantry, cavalry, all of that good stuff. Generally pretty good in a fight. What I also need is specialised invasion forces. Light forces that move quickly, take territory, take relatively small amounts of attrition, and move straight on to the next. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a new unit right here. And the unit I want to train is the basic skirmisher, because these guys have an attrition weight of minus 50%. So basically, a whole bunch of them can be floating around in enemy territory, sieging down territories for relatively small amounts of losses. Plus, very cheap to train, very cheap to maintain too. So with that, I can actually just get a new army started immediately. And this is going to be a small besieging force that basically just exists to invade, take territory, while my main armies do the big hitting up front. This way, heavy infantry don't have to waste time sieging down territories. They can just get on with doing the fighting. And as a bonus side effect, if that means my number of total troops goes up, potentially Apulian will chill out, because then me and them will have comparable strength in terms of pure troop numbers. Now, we're also going to be needing ourselves a commander for this small force. The Terrid family would ideally like a job, but my main priority is somebody who's good at potentially enslaving. So I need people who are cruel, for example. Here we go, part of the Timolid family. Kinda useless as an actual commander, but then that's not this job's force. The job's only force is, don't go rogue, which is fine, loyalty's 100, and enslave as many people as possible. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to boost this force to 7,000 troops should do it. And then on top of that, I'm going to have a second army that does exactly the same thing. So 2 forces, 7,000 troops each, should be nice and light in terms of cost and whatever, and then these guys will just handle invasions for me. We won't necessarily have to depend on mercenaries during every single war for basic sieges. Also, I need to be ready for a snap election here. Technically, it's still actually some distance away from the next election, but this guy's at 17% health and falling fast. He's suffering from, cancer, dysentery, depression. His health is going down in a hurry. And right now, I believe the next person in line is, the absolutely useless merchant faction leader. So, don't really want him to take over. Other candidates include, here we go, some people in the religious faction. Let's actually just boost up the religious faction if we can. Here we go, you just boost those guys up, well done. Do you know what? I may as well actually give you a handful more seats right there. Bit of tyranny, but that's fine. Tyranny is falling very, very fast indeed. So 14,000 more troops now on the field in the form of skirmishers, and we are still running a massive, massive surplus. In fact, it's enough of a surplus, I'm actually just going to increase the size of the main army. Just for safety. We may as well. Let's just get some good quality troops going on here, please. And also throw money at rewarding veterans, because we've got loads of money right now, and it just avoids any loyalty problems showing up in future. Especially as, hang on, speak of the devil, we've got ourselves someone who's a bit disloyal right now. What's your problem, my good man? Oh, nothing major, it's just a scorned family issue. Fine, okay then. Well, you're good at civic stuff, so we'll just get you a job, it'll be fine. There we go, you can be doctor, congratulations. And just for once, actually, the omen has worn off, but, blessing of Hermes, we're still making really good money without it. So, how about we actually use this to get the aggressive expansion down? That's going down, 0.13 a month right now. I can nearly double that with the blessing of Zeus. And aggressive expansion is one of the things that's kind of annoying the people next door over in Apulia. So, we just need to get loyalty up a bit, please. Come on. And we've already got a very good person in government working on that too. And the plan to actually get rid of the terrible merchant guy has worked. Right now we've got ourselves, you're pretty good. Welcome aboard, you're decent. Also, this Egyptian revolt is really bothering me because territory keeps changing hands, and every time it does, it cancels my trade route and I need to make a new deal with whoever just took the territory. So, if you guys could just win one way or the other, that'd be great. And one of the members of our government has a friendship with someone in Phrygia. You know what? I've got no reason not to have slightly more positive relations with Phrygia. Maybe, as time goes by, once I am a major power, we might even be willing to consider, working with Phrygia. Maybe our former enemy could become a friend, who knows? Then again, just looking at the state of the map right now, I'm not 100% sure Phrygia will be around much longer. I think actually we might be looking at a new Phrygia very, very soon indeed. And there we go, the old Archon has died, meaning I'm assuming, this guy immediately steps up, lovely. And we've also got ourselves a very promising kid coming up next, also religious faction, Heracleides Taurus kid, 9888. That is really nice, well done you. Well, that rebellion's still about to trigger, whatever that means precisely, just because of, these bastards who seem to just be training more and more cohorts. So technically, they're actually too strong for their own good right now. Marvellous. Still, no reason not to get the Kaffia business done. We've got the claim down, so let's get the mercenaries hired. That's absolutely fine. So you guys are... You're not part of the same army, though. There we go. You guys get yourselves north as fast as possible. You're going to start taking attrition absolutely immediately, but nothing we can really do about that. Though, actually, hang on. Is this, like, the only territory you're not going to take attrition? Yeah, this is, like, the only place in the Empire you're not taking attrition. Because, yeah, the supply limit over here in Ellis is ridiculous. 171. Wow. So we'll just actually let these guys chill out here for the time being, while we're just waiting for the morale to tick up. But yeah, depending on what this civil war looks like, I may just need to cut these guys loose before it triggers. I'll drop a save before it actually activates, unless I forget to, in which case I won't. Also, this will be useful. War propaganda, war score costs down by 10%, so yeah, we can claim more a lot easier. That'll do. And if you guys actually want to import some stuff from us, yep, here you go, have some iron, you're welcome to it. Ooh, that's a good point. Loyalty of subject state up by +10 if I go over to subjugation. So around that would mean, yeah, I'd lose 25% to commerce, but that's not actually 25%, it's 25 percentage points where I'm already getting like 200%. So not that big a hit, really. Let's actually go over to that. I'd just like to potentially avoid, you know, a war with my best friends. Ooh, we're actually up to loyalty of 10. Good, 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 good. That did actually help right there. So aggressive expansion is going down right now. The problem is power relative to Overlord. So basically, I've got to be floating an army big enough that they're actually impressed with me in some capacity. Well, I guess I can technically afford to float a massive, unnecessarily large army. And I've got the manpower to create it too, so... Alright then, fine. We'll just kind of recruit a bit of extra chaff into all of these small forces. Okay, major recruitment drive across the Empire right here. Another 5,000 archers for the armies up north. Another 5,000 horses down over here. 5,000 heavy infantry on top of that. You guys are going to chill the flip out, alright? Also, ooh, Carthage I think are on the expand. Yeah, Carthage are expanding into Brutia. Love it. Also, looks like the mercenaries are almost ready to go, so... we just had a death of a faction leader. Hang on, that's important, because that means a new faction leader. Though I believe he was actually pretty darn good. So how's the new guy? He is not as good. He's just distinctly average. Fine. So the populace will probably lose a few seats to somebody else. As I was saying, mercenaries ready to march north. They've now got good morale. So at this point, yeah, with an army this size, this should not be a flipping problem. 17 months away. Okay, are you guys absolutely sure you're not impressed by my new army size? Because you seem to be getting rid of cohorts, and I'm just flipping gaining them. So you're at 66. I'm at 129 right now, alright? Do not mess with me. I will come over there and mess you up. Also, the populace are actually threatening to get rid of a capital import route. No, 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 no. You lose some loyalty, and national unrest goes up. But honestly, I don't care. National unrest is a bit too easy to manage, so if I actually just go over to a city at random, like Athens over here, unrest is still at 0, even though I just gained a +1 there, because Stoicism -1, devolved administration -1, the governors -1. Yeah, there's just too many ways to get unrest down, so you can basically just have some unrest, and it never actually does anything. Because I've already got so many good modifiers on unrest already, it just kind of doesn't matter. Ooh, we have a brief look at the Phrygian rebels over there. So yeah, those guys are now just going around, knocking over this territory. In fact, actually, there's not much Phrygia left, is there? I thought Phrygia would actually take back this territory and then there'd be a big scrap over here, and bloody hell. Egypt, will you just stop it? For 1 second, I kind of need the stuff I keep losing. But yeah, the Phrygian revolt looks like it's going to actually win. Fairly handily, actually. Sooner or later, Phrygia's running out of steam. Well, the mercenaries have arrived. The Senate seems in favour of this war. Yep, just take over this area. That's fine. There's going to be a bunch of people also getting involved, but honestly, I'm not too worried about them. Many of them probably won't even show up. We'll just get in there, take what we want, and wrap it up before they even arrive. So, deploy the mercenaries in first, and they can actually go straight up to the capital. To be honest, they may as well just go to the capital, siege it down, take care of that business. My forces down over here can deal with the rest. So yeah, the light skirmishing forces, this is your job right here. You go over there, take that. You go over here, take this. So just start basically sieging down the territory in the south, and my remaining armies will stay here for the time being. They will reinforce if need be. Also, drop a save before we hit September of 540. And this territory is actually falling into my hands already automatically because, yeah, we have this fortress right here. So you guys instead divert north, please. And then this fortress will take this land up here. Okay, so, good starting point. Well, no sign of resistance so far, and I'm just basically picking up some free slaves right now, so this works for me. And there we go, my light skirmishing forces doing the job very, very nicely indeed. They can just siege these territories down, grab some slaves, barely take any losses whatsoever. We're barely losing any men to attrition, that's absolutely fine. There we go, got lucky and won a siege nice and quick right there. So you guys, yeah, just head north, start taking more territory. Once their capital falls to us, honestly, we kind of may as well just take the lot, I suppose. I mean, I'm not sure where their army's gone, because somewhere, these guys do have 35 cohorts. I'm just not 100% sure where they've naffed off to. Ah, here we go. We've located a small force right here. So, 12 cohorts and 11 cohorts, but they both appear to be a bit badly damaged, because there's not actually that many men here. Right, deploy one of my armies to go and intercept. One of the good armies, please. And the siege has been won over there. Lovely. So those territories start falling to me automatically. And then this over here is actually your last territory. So we might actually want to completely ignore this guy and instead just play for time. Because if we just actually wait like a month or so, we can probably just win this war in full immediately. And someone is demanding a role in our government. Ah, hang on. Are you the... Yes, you're the party leader. Unfortunately, you are terrible. You're just terrible. I cannot give you a job because you're too bad at everything. He is, however, old and sick, so I suspect he's going to be passing on pretty darn soon. We can mostly just ignore him. In fact, there we go. With the capital already taken, they're basically willing to surrender to me in full immediately. The only downside is I'm not 100% sure I actually want them to. That's a bit of an awkward territory to guard. Because, yeah, if I actually had the fortress right here, as a result of that, this territory is unguarded. I'll tell you what I'm actually going to do. What I'm actually going to do is move over to cities. I'd like... No, not all of that. You can keep that bit. Because then we can actually build fortresses right here. Then that fortress casts zone of control, zone of control, zone of control. And then we keep control of this whole area. Doesn't matter which angle you're invading from. Lovely. Yeah, that'll do. Also, I'll be having some war reparations, thank you. And when I say yes to this, by the way, I should immediately go up to the next rank, which I believe is Major Power. Major Power. Yes. I am now a major power, meaning I can now guarantee other nations, threaten war, support rebels, have alliances, and I get myself more capital import routes, more diplomatic relations, diplomatic ranges going up and up and up, government bonus multipliers plus 100%. I believe that means plutocratic republic will be even better, change governor policy costs down 20%. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think I'll be taking that, thank you. Right, so, this is all ours now. You can keep this tiny territory though, congratulations. So, as a result of that change right there, what we're going to do is we're going to knock down this fortress, and we're also going to knock down this fortress right here. We don't need that fortress anymore. Instead, our new fortresses are going to be right here. So one fortress right here that will actually pass on, benefits to here, and to here. Lovely. So that keeps the Macedonian board safe. And as for over here, this spot right here. One fortress for you, please. And we'll just move some slaves up to that territory too. That is Skodra. Lovely name. And that's just enough population to get this place up to, Fortress 2. In fact, we'll get this to Fortress 2 as well, because I'm not planning to attack Macedon anytime soon. I don't really want to have war with Macedon for the very simple reason that would mean war with Egypt. And I don't want war with Egypt. I like Egypt. They make good trade buddies. Instead, I'm more interested in expanding over in this direction, or maybe into Phrygia, depending on what happens with the Phrygian Civil War. In which case, this place has 7 people in it right now. Move another 3 slaves down to there as well. Moving slaves is super cheap, so it's a very good way of boosting population nice and fast. And now as a result of that, this place can have Fortress 2 as well. Mercenaries are mostly dead, huge numbers of them died in the siege, don't care, disband unit, there we go. Everybody else back down south, please. Well, I say everyone else back down south. Let's just make sure. Yeah, you can actually just hang out up here. You've got the supply for it, so you guys just hang out up here. Make sure this place stays safe. And up to 14 capital trade routes. Flipping love it. Ah, yes, and life is getting good here, because now I can trade with people who are further and further away. So new options might actually be available. But honestly, I feel like I may as well just start stacking glass as far as I can. In the absence of any new capital surpluses I desperately want, stacking glass, every single one of them, is worth another 5% to commerce income. So I kind of may as well just keep having as much of that as possible. The only other tempting one is actually going for a salt surplus. I don't have local salt, so I need to actually import that twice, but army maintenance cost minus 5%. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But no, I'll go for the glass, because I feel like 5% bonus to commerce is going to be worth more to me than 5% reduction in army. So we'll go for that. We can import that from Lycia. Honestly, I feel like you guys are going to keep holding Lycia for a while, so there we go. Commerce income plus another 5%. And on top of that, religious tech just comes in a bit faster. Doesn't matter so much, but it's pretty good. And at this point, yeah, my trade overview is starting to go a bit on the nut side, and I love it. We've also just picked up a starving pop, and why are you guys starving precisely? I don't know, you guys are just starving. Ah, I know why you guys are starving. You're part of the province of Dardania. You're the only territory I hold there. Everyone else has got access to fish and whatever. You don't. Also, just in case you hadn't guessed, we're encouraging trade, so get on with that. Oh, this place is going to have 3 trade routes too. Okay, so we're going to be wanting to, yeah, good news, get this place over to encourage trade, and then we're going to sort out your starving population problems by basically just importing grain. And we're going to import it from, yeah, the Phrygian rebels, because honestly, they're more reliable as trade partners than Egypt right now. Right, don't actually have the civic to actually fulfill all these trade routes, but screw it, let's just get some more civic going on. There we go. That was a lot of money I just spent, but screw it, it'll pay for itself. Right, most trade routes fulfilled, brand new territory, loads of land up there, new borders secured against Macedon and any barbarians to the north. If they want to try and counter-invade, it will take them a long time to get past that fortress. And now I've got this lovely road in play, yeah, my new very large main armies can get up there nice and fast to deal with that. So I'm not so concerned. But then again, actually, you stay where you are just for the time being. Get working on the roads, please. And sadly, the number of disloyal people is most definitely going down as these guys get a little bit more on the loyal side, but it's not going to be enough. They are still going to rebel, whatever that means. So I'm going to drop a save. We'll see what it means, because if it means war, I'll probably just cut them loose, to be honest. That's absolutely fine. Also, I think I just found the Kaffian army. It's right over there, chilling out with all their allies with 26,000 men and a strength 9 general. So they were a little bit late to the party. I feel like my smash and grab war tactics, just get in, take everything as fast as possible with my superior siege abilities, mercenaries just go and smash the capital, small forces just carpet siege the rest of the territory. That's working pretty well. Alright, here we go. I believe on the 1st of September, this rebellion will kick off. Whatever that means precisely, so what does that mean? Right, so they are leading a war of independence against us. Yes. So those guys have decided to just declare war on us. Because despite the fact they absolutely flippin' loved us, they've now just... Okay, so there's absolutely no reason why we would fight this war. It is completely flipping pointless. So in which case, I'll just cut them loose. If they don't want to be my vassals, that's fine, I suppose. I mean, alternatively, I can't actually be allies with Apulian anymore. And Rome doesn't exactly seem to be doing great these days. We could just use this as an excuse to gain a foothold over in Italy. Honestly, if they want to rebel against me, screw them. Yeah, this is actually just a war of show superiority, and this is a war that they started. So all I really need to do is go over there and kick their ass for a bit. And I will say, this little province of Tarentum right here, this is a nice little province. I could see us just basically going over here and kicking these guys' ass. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Let's make it happen. So, to do that, I'm going to need, a bit more in the way of boats. And I'm going to need some mercs too, just to lead the charge. So who wants to come on an Italian adventure with me? Oh, here we go. That's a big force right over there. That is, only command 6 though. Sorry, not good enough. We need someone better than that. Honestly, there's a bunch of mediocre mercenary leaders floating around these days. So you've got Marshal of 8, but not the biggest force really. That's only 21,000 men. You know what? We'll take you, even though your marshal's not spectacular. And if need be, we'll just buy your friends nearby. That'll do, sure. So, we'll get you nice and hired up right over there. Then we need to get you moving in this direction. Because, yeah, sadly my local mercenaries are still badly damaged for the time being. Alright, this bloody merchant faction leader is starting to annoy me. He is very, very displeased. And now he's going to be even more displeased momentarily. So, you just need to basically go in... Ooh! Prison! Yes, that would work. So, he'd lose 50 loyalty. I'd have to pay a bit of oratory to justify it. Bit of popularity would be lost. We'd lose 1 stability and 4 tyranny. You know what? Screw it. Congratulations, you're in prison right now. Oh no, if we lost stability, whatever shall we do? Oh, I've stabbed a pig, so everything's fine now. So, I don't really want to execute this guy, even though the Senate is on board with that. Instead, I would like nature to take its course. So what we're going to do is we're going to give him a handful of floggings, alright? He's going to receive some very brutal floggings. Right now his health is down to, 16.54. One more flogging will get him down to 6.54. And unfortunately, he's just losing health naturally. So if he just dies of natural causes in a few months, not really my problem. Shame, really. Nothing we could do about it. Ah, yes, and as for the capital, just keep importing glass. To be honest, even more glass, that's lovely. And as my main army is now 50,000 men, you guys, get back out on the sea. We're going to be needing some more boats too. Because this here was basically a war where they said, oh, you're not strong enough, boo. So if they think I'm not strong enough, let's go show them just how strong I actually am. That sounds good. Also, hello, Phrygia just sent us a bit of a gift. But then again, they're getting desperate. At this point, you guys even... No, they're a regional power now. And me, I'm a major power. Oh, I love it. I flippin' love it. Now, I would start flirting with Egypt, but Egypt is probably going to win their war. The Egyptian rebellion seems to be sort of running out of speed, but I'm not going to actually take a side just yet, just in case. And by the way... over there in Cyrene. Yeah, that's why I'm not taking Cyrene. These guys are constantly being annoyed by barbarians. As for Carthage, however, these guys are actually surprisingly not so much opposed to us. What I'm going to do, let's get working on improving opinion here. We'll just see if we can slowly make them like us. Right, while we're waiting for our armies to gather, let's just actually send my boats around here. And, oh, the Hierophant died. He was really good at his job too. That's a bit of a shame. Still, we have some very good people ready to take his place, so that's absolutely fine too. So yeah, that's actually sacrifice to the gods, cost down 22%. Very, very nice indeed. Just in case I need to get stability up in a hurry. So, we can actually, just use this here boat to scout out... where are the armies of Apulia? Because I need to have a nice safe landing site. And it looks like Tarentum is pretty safe to me. In fact, I have no idea where their armies are right now. They just don't seem to be here for some reason. And roads are being constructed. Beautiful. We might actually have to finish the road building project later, unfortunately. As tragic as that is, we do have a fairly major war on our hands right now. These guys have, 67 cohorts together with a bunch of manpower and still running a surplus. That's no joke. That is no joke at all. But on the plus side, they started this war. So war score's working in my favour until they can actually kick my ass. Mercenaries have arrived and are still recovering their strength for the time being. I'm back to running a surplus, but a very modest surplus. I might want to hire some extra mercenaries just to lead the charge. I just want to break their armies down, drain their manpower, bleed them dry for a bit. I'm not looking to take a huge amount of territory, by the way. One single province around here will do the job. I just want to get a foothold in Italy and let them know, do not mess with me, I will destroy you. Although for some reason the war score's now back down to 0. I'm not 100% sure why it actually went up to 3 then dropped again, given literally nothing has happened so far, but whatever. Alright, how are the mercenaries doing? Pretty good shape all things considered. 31,000 men. Another 30,000 men of mine that are decent fighting forces are standing by to follow. 2 armies of 7,000 each standing by to engage in carpet sieging, though that won't really be necessary on this occasion. And don't forget, my main army, though to be honest, that's not the best commander. We must have someone better than that, right? Honestly, we don't have anyone that much better. We're lacking in very skilled generals right now. I believe, yeah, we've got some people who are pretty good at being generals floating around here, but again, not spectacular. Sadly, our great generals of the last generation have passed away and not yet been replaced. Still, we know how this goes. We immediately deploy the mercenaries. They lead the forward charge, and they do that by going straight at the fortress and beginning to siege that place down. The moment they hit the ground, we bring the boats back over here, we get the light forces down over here, we start carpet sieging this territory. I bring the 2 stacks of 15,000 over, because yeah, each of those stacks is perfectly able to stand inside Italy. The only problem is, my main army of 50,000, they are going to suffer severe attrition. Hopefully, this is going to work, because yeah, naval invasions are always going to be a little bit on the dangerous side. So you guys getting on the boats on the 2nd of September, they're just loading up right now. Right, boats begin moving in this direction. Unload them directly onto the province capital. The moment you're done with that, that's just a Phrygian boat. Don't worry about that, that's fine. In fact, honestly, I feel like you guys could be, you know, doing more productive stuff right now. You guys have got a vessel around here somewhere. I'll go and take that out momentarily. Ooh. Okay, so they were slightly predicting that one. Got it. In which case, we do not want to unload directly onto the provincial capital, because yeah, that's exactly where they're waiting. Territory around here is pretty flat, no hills to actually hide on, it's all pretty open to be honest. There are some forests around over here, so in which case, yeah, just get over here, just to actually save time and not take attrition, just get over here and unload down some of these places. As soon as you actually get there, there we go. You guys, get ashore, just start sieging. I know you'll take some losses, but they have the problem of very flimsy generals. They always have. So get on with that. As soon as they're ashore, we'll actually go and get you some reinforcements. And we've also just lost a governor and researcher. Bit of a shame there. Hang on. Are you sure he was the governor of Illyria? Because there seems to be a governor of Illyria, so not 100% sure you're right on that one. Okay, you guys, stay right here, get on with that. Reinforcements will be arriving momentarily. If they want to throw 33,000 men at me, that's, yeah, close to half of what they've actually got. So in which case, you guys get straight over here. They can just cross that water directly because there's a boat acting as a bridge. So right now, they're moving in, but they're backing off again. Right, there is a lot of problems with attrition going on over here. These guys, yeah, just head straight over to the boat, then straight over to the other side. Once you're done with that, go over here. We're up to level 12 on all of our research. You guys just get over here. You get over here. You cross over here. Then we can start sieging these places down. There is a small amount of trouble going on right here. Looks like they are considering moving into this territory, but if they want to actually try and take this territory back, I should have defender's advantage because it belongs to me for the time being. They are moving in, but my troops are ready to go. If they want to attack, I've got reinforcements. So I feel like we've got this under control, actually. We've almost got that place locked down. Okay, 28,000 troops of theirs versus 23,000 of mine. They are sending everything at this. This is maybe not quite everything they've got, but it's not too far off either. So I should probably throw everything I've got in as well. I kind of want to finish sieging this place down. Right, you go and take care of that, and we'll actually send in these guys momentarily. And there they go. Everybody is getting involved right now. They are losing in terms of morale. Are they sending in reinforcements? I'm not sure if more reinforcements are going in. I don't know whether that's what they actually want to do or not. They're just kind of bouncing backwards and forwards. They're going to lose, but we're going to have lost a lot of our mercenary forces too. They've been eliminated. Lots of dead forces right there. Love it. At this point, we're probably ready to actually push. They're about to move in with another 15,000 right there. Apparently, our side might lose. Possibly because it might be because we've got defender's advantage. Hang on, how long till we actually take this place down? So, 9 days versus 26. They're moving in before that happens, fine. So we've beaten the first force, but We need more. Bring us some reinforcements, please. Get the actual 14,000 up there. Do I want the 50,000 ready to move in? I might do. I might do. This could be a bit of a bruising first round right here. So, okay. Leave the boat there. So these guys have actually got a place to retreat to. Income more and more attacks here. We're actually losing this one, unfortunately. But are we actually going to have... No, I think we might just have this. They are losing men a lot flipping faster, actually. A lot faster, because I have got the heavy infantry. I have got the cavalry on the flanks. Yeah, there we go. Superior troop variety is doing the job there. They are being chased off at this point. We have got another victory under our belt. It's cost us a lot of men, but we have got ourselves a foothold right here. Troops, get over here. You, get over here. Everybody cross the river as fast as you can, please. And hang on. No. You're not getting hold of my capital surpluses. Go away. And this place over here is a level 1 fortress. Nothing too major at all. Deploy the mercenaries to start work on that. There's only like 6,000 of you left, but honestly, that's absolutely fine. And potentially, we might be about to catch these guys out of position too, so in which case, yeah, send my strongest army over in this direction. Reinforcements should be coming in. We're about to kick their asses again. They are continuing to retreat. Send the mercenaries over there. Yeah, we're just going to start kicking their asses. Their morale is very low right now, and yeah, they're just being chased off. Good. So, begin carpet sieging this territory. You guys, get over here, assist with the siege, please. Now, as for my forces of 15,000 apiece, let's just let them chill out for a minute, because as soon as they take this territory, they'll stop taking attrition. And by the way, the Egyptian civil war is over. Who actually won by the end? So, it was actually the loyalists. Well done. We do not consider Egypt a friend or enemy. They are an important trading partner, however. This is very good news in that regard. In fact, honestly, Egypt could make a good ally going forward. Spend a bit of oratory just to get them on side, please. Okay, forward skirmishing forces here and here are moving forward. Mercenaries are leading the siege for the time being. My main armies are just hanging back in case they're needed going forward. However, I am a little bit concerned about this, so Heracles Tauriscid, in his capacity as general, has begun using his own personal funds to augment the size of his assigned army. Right, who's he again? Which army's he leading? 3rd Stratos, one of my 2 armies of 15,000 men. Not spectacular, but honestly, I'm not worried about that army becoming a threat at all. And he is... how loyal are you? He's very loyal. Okay, I actually think that's absolutely fine. He can just have some extra troops. There we go, he just grew immediately. Good, you can use them to murder Apulia. Right, siege is a bit slow, because they've got the Borderlands policy set up. They've got access to salt, but... I am a good besieger. I can counteract that. Looks like they're sending in... Ooh. Okay. Strength 10 general. You guys, start moving forward, please. We might need to send in reinforcements momentarily. Though, actually, hang on. Where are you actually going? He's about to enter... He's about to enter Turum. Right. We got a bunch of people nearby to Turum. Wherever he goes after that point, we should be able to handle it. And... could you guys just finish that siege before he actually invades, by the way? 22nd of October, 5 days. Yeah, you can actually finish that off. That's absolutely fine. He's just sitting there right now. You guys might want to go over here and reinforce. You can probably handle that. Yeah, this guy's good at enslaving. He's not good at actually, you know, fighting. Yeah, get over here and reinforce. You can get there by the 27th. So, hopefully, these guys can hang on long enough for that with defender's advantage. The siege is going pretty well. We should win this one. Oh, they're all committing to this now. They're all committing to it. Right, everybody get in there. The siege is continuing to go fairly well. Do I want to hire some more mercenaries? Because my mercenaries are looking ropey. Or do I want to bring in the big guns? I think it might be time to bring in the big guns. Yep, deploy the fleet. We are bringing in 1st Stratos. That is going to go and kick some ass if need be. They may have a strength 10 general, which is pretty darn good, but I think we can handle this. So, deploy all main forces in this direction. So, that fight is not going well right now. And income reinforcements. Come on, income more reinforcements. You guys should be arriving momentarily. We're doing a good job. We're doing as much damage to them as they are to us. More reinforcements need to arrive right now, actually. Like, there we go. And now, oh, look at that. They're losing 1,000 men to my 200. Superior military tactics at this point. What's that? Can't stand up to my heavy infantry. The heavy infantry outnumbers you 10 to 1. Oh dear. Looks to me like you just cannot stand up. And also, we've pillaged Barium. Should we have pillaged Barium? Why did we pillage Barium? Ah, that's not even the mercenary leader. That's one of mine. That's a bit on the embarrassing side. Just some random corrupt guy, Kemetic, Egyptian. Presumably he entered our empire at the same time as we took over some of the Egyptian islands and maybe invited one of their houses and I can't remember. Still, he's here now. What are we going to do? We can let go the fact that he's kind of burnt the city to the ground and it's generally a bad thing. That gets him 2 units of light infantry and some loyalty. Or we can insist on an oath of allegiance, 20 loyalty down. You know what? We might actually need the extra troops right now. Get him some extra troops. So that's good. And we have won that battle. It was tight, but we have won it. And as soon as this place is taken, these territories should start falling to me automatically. Oh, look at that. There we go. And as soon as all this territory belongs to me... Oh, you guys have all fallen back, have you? Right, well, let's just head over here and kick your ass one more time. Because I'm having that territory. I'm really having that territory. Alright, if you want to try... Oh, yeah, now you're running. Now you're running. I think it's too late, actually. I think at this point, we're just going to destroy you again. Because I feel like it. And there we go. Another victory under my belts. Now, that should be enough for me to just basically take Tarentum. And I've got no real reason to want to take anything else. So I may as well just call it there because I feel like, yeah, my armies need a bit of a chance to relax for a bit. I've taken a lot of knocks during this war. And I could actually try and force them to become a tributary, but honestly, that didn't go well last time. Instead, I want Tarentum for me, but on top of that, I could actually force you to release certain nations. Though honestly, I don't want to screw them up too much because I want these guys as a counterweight against Rome. Instead, you guys will be paying 500 gold war reparations and handing over all of this territory to me, please. That'll do very nicely. And I don't even get any aggressive expansion for that because, yeah, you started this war, you stupid bastards. And there we go. The Hellenic League has made its way to the heel on the boot of Italy. And perfect timing, we've actually got ourselves a new person who could be a governor, and they are just. Local unrest down 1, perfect. Because yeah, unrest is a little bit high at the minute, just because the city is, ooh, apparently some of it's starving to death. Right, we'll take care of that, don't worry. First, however, break down the mercenaries, there we go. And here's nice, we got ourselves a bunch of new technologies here. So, what's the nice stuff here? Honestly, I can't turn down diplomatic range plus 15%. That's really nice. And army maintenance cost down 10% will be good too, because army maintenance is significant. But then again, I'm making so much money off commerce right now, I'm probably better just taking commerce up by 5%. Actually, siege engineers, permanent +1 to dice rolls, get it done. Now, no fortress here, because Barian just lost its old fortress. That seems to have just gone a bit missing. I assume that was their former capital, in fact. So, yeah, instead, we will build one right here. Let's actually just, yeah, get rid of these training camps. Get a double fortress up, just for safety. I don't want Apulian doing anything stupid over here. Also, Apulian are actually really keen on me. The government is at least. They're still perfectly cool with me. It was only ever the people that were a problem. And even better, aggressive expansion is back down to 0. So for once, we don't have a massive diplomatic debuff against anyone we're speaking to. Which means actually, manpower's probably okay for the time being. Let's just get Hermes back on. And even more flipping trade routes need fulfilling. Right, okay. Economy, give me even more civic power, please. Oh, it's so expensive to buy that stuff. Get me back over to merchant stands. That way I can actually create trade routes a little bit on the cheaper side, please. And with Egypt back to being how it should be, yeah, we can actually get... Oh, bloody hell. Oh, Phrygia's basically done, aren't they? Yeah, Phrygia's done. Yeah, 24 cohorts compared to 62. They are very screwed. Ah, yes, the election is momentarily, and it's exactly who I want it to be. Heracles Taurus kid, the guy who... Oh. The guy who recently started privately funding his own army. Right, we might want to keep an eye on him, just in case, because he's about to be a governor, and the Archon, and also a general, and he has his own private militia. Right, one to watch, perhaps. Also, he's a lunatic, so that's fun. So, the thing about invading Italy is everybody here sort of hates us. We got ourselves Hellenic Romans, Brutians, all sorts of bits and pieces. Luckily, I am floating all of the oratory in the world, so I've got a plan for that, and that is, we're just going to start assimilating some people. So, just a bit of assimilation. There we go. Bit on the expensive side, but you know, it'll pay for itself, probably. There we go. Congratulations. I just gave a really, really good speech, and you've all been assimilated now. So hopefully, there we go. They're looking much happier already. Apart from in that place. That place, they're not looking so good. In which case, yeah, if people are unhappy, bring in the happiness goods. There we go. Dates will boost freeman happiness. We'll bring those in, and they can actually come from Egypt. Right, actually, who's got the most urgent need of more trade goods? Because there are a lot of places that aren't full up on trade routes right now. Right, what makes the most money? It's Laconia, then Achaia, then interestingly Epirus and the Aegean Islands. So Laconia is full up. Achaia is full up. Over to Epirus. Epirus actually is not full up, despite the fact that it's only got one trade route, which is very impressive. Right, get them some grain in from Egypt. That should now be nice and safe. And livestock too. Egypt's only got so much of that, but bring it in, boost the population, more pops, because pops are really good. And of course it would be weird and wrong to not build a road. Let's get roads set up here, please. Because apparently no one in the world other than me likes roads being set up. Even the Romans. You'd think they'd like roads. Alright, everything calming down. Very healthy surplus of 55. Slowly restoring all of my trade routes, so we've got even more money to be made just yet. But we have started to have some options here. Alright, I am the most eligible bachelor at the flippin' ball right now. Egypt is right on the edge of offering us an alliance. If I just basically sent them a gift, they would be willing to do that with us. But I'm not sure I necessarily want to actually do that with Egypt. Now, Egypt could be a very good friend to actually take down the Phrygian revolt with, but yeah, with Judea and Samaria causing trouble for each other, they don't actually have a border with Phrygia anymore, so they wouldn't really be that useful to me. Honestly, I feel like they wouldn't help at all. Plus, my expansion at the minute seems to be mostly westward, so I've got someone much better in mind. Hello, Carthage. I'm improving my relationship with these guys right now. And there we go. It is so close. It is so, so close. Sure, we have different religions and we're technically competing powers, but they are pretty much happy to go along with this. Give it a few months, they will say yes. And then me and Carthage can basically wage a joint war against Rome. And it's going to be beautiful. Though the weird thing about Apulian is they actually really still like me. So I can actually offer them a guarantee right now, and they would accept it. Sure, we've been to war recently, but they kind of don't really seem to hold much of a grudge about that one, because they were the ones who started it, so they've kind of come to the conclusion, you know what, maybe we're being dicks there, sorry, our bad. If I offer them a guarantee, then yeah, at that point, they're safe from Rome, and if they want to attack Rome, I could potentially go in and offer to assist. Also, while I think about it, reward literally everybody's veterans just to make sure no one is starting to become a problem. Though then again, I think mostly we're okay. Oh, bloody hell. Right, definitely reward your veterans. Congratulations for all the stuff you didn't do in that last war. Hooray! Also, I think we can probably afford to put wages up at this point. Yeah, that's 7 gold a month. We can definitely afford that to try and keep loyalty on side. Oh, and there it is. We have improved our relationship with Carthage, and they are willing to accept an alliance with us. Yeah, you know what? I've been waiting for this. Congratulations. Me and Carthage are now best friends. And to celebrate this new merchant mercenary alliance, I have just finished fulfilling literally every trade route in the Empire. That's a lot of flippin' trade routes. So, how much money are we now making? Hang on, that is actually only plus 50. When I say plus 50, that's plus 50 gold with 100 cohorts in the Empire. So, we have significantly grown the army at this point. Just as a reminder, Rome has only 60 cohorts. Carthage, meanwhile, 91. So, I think we might actually have, hang on. Do we have the largest army in the world right now? Egypt's at 40, the Phrygian Revolt's at 78, Seleucid at, wow, only 21, they're not doing so hot. Mauria, 150. Right, second place behind Mauria. Surely no one else is even close to this. Then again, actually, a large barbarian faction might be. The barbarians can surprise you because, yeah, with all the free clan retinues, they can just get some huge armies at very low cost. So it's possible one of these barbarian factions around here that's a bit larger might just have enough to pass 100. But you know what the really nice thing is? Now I've actually expanded my diplomatic range, I have the ability to put down a claim on Rome itself, including on Latium. Latium itself, the home of Rome, the Tiber, the Ostia, all of that good stuff, all of that, I could just invade. I could just go and have it. I could have the Eternal City. I mean, if Carthage decides that they would like to invite me into their war, I will totally honour the call to arms. And I have also noticed one other thing as well, which is, as the empire grows and we've got a bigger and bigger empire, this Senate thing, it is rather getting in the way, isn't it? Now, I'm not saying we want to do anything to the Senate. I'm just saying maybe at some point there could be a good opportunity to have a bit of a changey roundy of the government. Let's just keep that in mind, alright? Keep that in mind. Maybe we'll discuss that a little bit more next time, ladies and gentlemen. That is coming up very, very soon indeed. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nut, and this has been Imperator Rome. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This guy's enjoying that. This guy's enjoying his elephant a bit too much.
Oh my god.
In fair Verona, we set our scene. Oh my god, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. They've managed to glitch inside one of the buildings. Elephants in the rear! And then in come the chariots!